Today's video is going to be very chill because I'm just going to be sharing with you the fragrances that I used up in 2024. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Hi, my name is Ayesha from simplyayesha.com. Here on YouTube, I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, tonight's video is going to be very chill. It shouldn't be a long video because obviously I didn't use up a ton of fragrances. However, I used up a lot of fragrances for me. Like generally, I'm a person that goes through like one bottle of fragrance a year because I have so many. But y'all, this year I think I have 9 fragrances. Very exciting. So I have my wine. I'm actually filming this at night, which I don't typically do. So yeah, this video is just going to be very chill, relaxed, and we'll talk about each one of the fragrances, and I'll let you know if that fragrance is something that I plan on repurchasing, or if I've already repurchased it, or if I'm just done with it. So let's go ahead and get into these fragrances. So I'm going to go ahead and forewarn you. When I had put all these bottles to the side, when I used them up, I had a special place I was putting them all. And I don't really look up there. I kind of just stick a bottle up there when it's empty. But when I was pulling them down for this video, I noticed that quite a few of them are from the same brand. So I apologize about that. But once you see what brand it is, it'll kind of make sense. So these will be in no particular order. I'm just going to pull out of my little basket here. All right, so this first one is from Byredo, and this is Gypsy Water. So Gypsy Water is a beautiful fragrance to me. It's kind of a lightweight, airy, aromatic vanilla. This is actually the type of vanilla fragrance that I like to wear when it's warmer outside because there's just something very refreshing about it, but it doesn't necessarily smell aquatic and it's not salty or anything. It's more so just like an aromatic, like herbal type vanilla. It is so easy to wear. It's really pretty. It is a light wearing scent, and I think that's why I was able to use it up, because obviously I can spray a lot with this bottle. And it's not like with these bottles, it's not like I was trying to use them up. I was just using them, y'all. So I can spray a lot with this fragrance because it's not like doing the most. It never became overpowering. So with that being said, y'all know Byredo is an expensive brand. So, you know, I don't know that it's necessarily worth the money because for me, it doesn't last super long, but it lasts enough. I would say on my skin, I probably get about 4 to 5 hours out of it, and I'm okay with reapplying. It is a beautiful scent. Will this be a repurchase for me? I'm not sure, maybe, but I'm leaning towards no, because although it is a beautiful scent, I have another fragrance that I find this to be similar to, which is Diptyque Eau Dwell. And I think I like Eau Dwell a little bit more, and I still have some of that. That one's almost gone too, but it's not completely gone, so I didn't put it in the video. But yeah, Diptyque Eau Dwell is similar to this, and I think I like Eau Dwell a little bit more, and that's the Eau de Toilette for those of you who may be wondering. So as of right now, Gypsy Water is not going to be a repurchase for me, but it is a beautiful scent, and I think a lot of people would enjoy this. So again, that's Byredo Gypsy Water. This next fragrance is one of the fragrances from the brand that I told y'all I had a lot from. So that brand is Tom Ford. Now, it makes sense that I have a lot from the brand Tom Ford because obviously, if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, I love Tom Ford. I've had a lot of their fragrances for years. And so even though my Tom Ford collection is one of my biggest like groups of fragrances in my collection, a lot of them I've had a long time. And so it makes sense that I'm finally starting to use some of those bottles up. Also, most of my Tom Ford fragrances are 50 ml bottles. And so of course, a 50 ml is easier to use up than a 100 ml. So anyway, this first one from Tom Ford that I'm going to share with you is Soleil Blanc. Now, Soleil Blanc is actually the first private line Tom Ford that I bought, and I've had this for probably a good 6 years, y'all. I just now use it up. I used to kind of save it for special occasions, or like I only wear this during the summer, so that's one thing. But also, I used to kind of like save this because it held so many memories for me. But this year, I finally decided to just let myself continue to use it, even though it was almost out. And I do still love the smell of this. So this is I think Coco de Mer is what's in here, but it smells like coconut and tropical florals and a little bit of like salty vanilla, but done in a very upscale way. So I always think of this as like my luxury resort type of scent. It is beautiful. Perfect for summertime. Summer is really the only time of year that I like to wear this. But I mean, it has this creamy kind of thickness to it. So for some people, this is too much for the daytime during the summer. It is not for me. I love this fragrance. Will it be a repurchase? I think so, but I haven't repurchased it yet because I think I used it up maybe close to the end of the summer. And so I'm just like, you know, I only wear this during the summer. So I think I will pick up another bottle next summer because I feel like this is just a staple in my collection. And I don't know if I can go a whole summer without wearing it. So again, that is Soleil Blanc from Tom Ford. This next fragrance is one from Kilian, and this is called Princess Eau Fraiche. So this fragrance hasn't been out that long. I purchased it when it first came out, and I used this bottle up relatively quickly. And that is because the performance sucks. I have talked about that so many times on my channel, on Instagram. The fragrance is beautiful, but the performance of this particular fragrance sucks. So if you've never smelled Princess Eau Fraiche, this is a lightweight marshmallow green tea, citrusy type scent. So if you smelled the original Princess, this is like a lighter, brighter, fresher take on that. A very like airy type scent. It's actually really beautiful. I really enjoy the way this smells, and I love that it's a lighter version because it's something I can wear during the summer and it's comforting. I can wear it to bedtime. I just felt like this is one of the few fragrances that I feel like I couldn't smell on myself after an hour. And I know when people say that, I always kind of give them side eye because, you know, y'all people be exaggerating. But this is one of those fragrances that is like that for me. Like I feel like outside of an hour, I can't smell it on myself. So is this fragrance gorgeous? Yes, it is. Will I repurchase it? Not at full price, but if I run up on a really good sale, I will purchase a refill. So Kilian bottles are refillable, including this one. So I will hold on to this bottle. I'm not going to get rid of it because if I decide that next summer I miss it and I come across an amazing deal, I will get it again because I did enjoy wearing it. But I would not pay full price, and I would not recommend that you pay full price for this either. So again, that is Princess Eau Fraiche from Kilian. This next fragrance is from Jo Malone, and this is Ginger Biscuit. So this was my first bottle of Ginger Biscuit, spoiler alert. But I've had this bottle a long time. I remember when I got it, I was nursing my daughter, so that means it was probably 2017, and I got it close to Thanksgiving. So I've had this bottle a long time, but this is one of those seasonal fragrances from Jo Malone that at one point it was coming out every year, and then it kind of didn't come out for multiple years in a row. And so I would like savor this fragrance and not use very much of it. But once they re-released it last year, I allowed myself to use this more, and I love this fragrance. It is a gingerbread cookie in a bottle to me. Like it's giving ginger, it's giving cookie, but it's done in this kind of translucent Jo Malone way. So although it is a gourmand, it never feels heavy, it never feels too thick or too sweet. It's more so like just spicy sweet cookie type of thing. It is so good to me. I love this fragrance. I've loved this fragrance from the moment that I got it, and it holds a lot of good memories for me. And so yes, of course, I have repurchased this. I repurchased it as soon as it was released in 2023. After being gone for a long time. I repurchased it in 2023, so I have started on my new bottle by now, but I did finish up this bottle this year. So again, that's Ginger Biscuit from Jo Malone. This next fragrance is another one from Tom Ford, and this is Electric Cherry. So this fragrance is a pretty fragrance. It opens up with this sweet, like fun, girly cherry mixed with florals. However, as this fragrance dries down, I feel like the cherry doesn't stick around. It becomes more of just a pretty floral scent. So not quite my vibe. I did have it in a small bottle, which I'm glad I had in the small bottle, and it was pretty. But on top of the cherry going away in this fragrance also did not perform well, and so I felt like I had to spray a lot of it. Now this is only a 30 ml bottle, but I felt like I had to spray a lot of it, and I had to retouch often with this fragrance. So it's not one that I really wanted to wear a ton because I wasn't really into the dry down, although I love the opening, but the dry down was kind of just like meh to me. But anyway, I did use it up earlier this year, and this is not going to be a repurchase for me. If it stayed the same way it smelled during the opening, I would absolutely probably try it again at a discounted price. But because I'm not into the dry down and the performance is bad, this is not one that will be coming back into my collection. So again, that is Electric Cherry from Tom Ford. This next fragrance is another one from Tom Ford, and this is Metallic. So a lot of you all have heard me talk about Metallic. This is a fragrance that I love. This is a cool tone vanilla. So it's a vanilla fragrance, but it's not a gourmand vanilla. It's kind of like just an easygoing vanilla. But then you throw in these aldehydes, which gives it kind of this metallic edge, this very cool vibe. And it makes it a very unique vanilla. So it's not going to be for everybody, but it is one that I love. And I really love the juxtaposition of the warm vanilla with the cool aldehydes. It is beautiful, easy to wear, not super strong, but I find this to be decently wearing. I can wear this in the summer. I can wear it any time of the year. And I say for me, I probably get maybe like 6 hours of wear out of this fragrance, but it's never like super powerful, but I don't find it to be a skin scent either. So I love this fragrance, and I have already repurchased it in a larger size. So again, that's Tom Ford Metallic. The next fragrance is another Tom Ford fragrance. I warned y'all, right? So this one is Vanilla Sex. Now this may be like a record for the fastest bottle I've ever used up, because I got this fragrance December of 2023. And I used this bottle up probably by maybe like August of 2024. So that probably tells you a lot about this fragrance. So let's start with the good. I love the way it smells, y'all. This is so good to me. So this is a vanilla almond scent, but then it kind of has these slightly indolic leaning florals in the background, and it has this milky vibe to it. So not a safe blind buy. I know a lot of people were disappointed with this fragrance when it came out because it's called Vanilla Sex, and they expected it to be like this super sexy vanilla, and almond is quite present in this fragrance. So really, like, if you're not a fan of almond, you're not gonna like this fragrance. I also think that as time has gone by, I've seen a lot of people buy this fragrance, or not buy this fragrance. I've seen a lot of people buy a dupe for this fragrance and talk about how much they love it, okay? So it leads me to believe that people didn't really have a problem with the smell of the fragrance as much as they said they did. They had a problem with the price, which I totally understand. But sometimes I think we need to separate the two, because I'm not saying, like, you can love the way a fragrance smells but not want to buy it because it's too expensive. I totally understand that. But let's not bash fragrances for the smell when it's really about the price. Does that make sense? Like, this is definitely overpriced, like way, way overpriced. Now, I purchased it full price when it came out. I might have got like a 20% off or something like that, just like whatever department store I ordered it from. But yeah, when this first came out, I purchased it full price. It was not a blind buy for me, because when I was in Las Vegas last year, I went by the Tom Ford boutique right after hearing about this fragrance, and they let me smell it even though it wasn't out to be sold yet. So they were able to let me smell it, and I knew I love the smell of it. So yeah, I still love the smell of this. The performance, not the best, okay? I have a video talking all about this fragrance. I'll link it for you all. And I feel like I have talked about this fragrance to death. But the performance is not great. I'm getting about 4 hours out of this. And when you're paying that much money for a fragrance, that is probably not enough time for most of you all. However, I can't deny that I was addicted to this fragrance. So even though I think when I reviewed this fragrance, I think I don't know if I gave it a love. I'm not really sure. But I remember that I did kind of like talk bad about it because of the poor performance. But something kept calling me back to it, y'all. I didn't want to love it. I didn't want to love it, but I love it. So yeah, I've actually repurchased this, and this time I actually purchased it in the carafe size, which is the bigger size, which is a much better price, especially if you're able to order it from overseas. So I think for my carafe, I paid $750, and I know that's still a lot of money, y'all. I know. But this small bottle retails for like $405, I think, which is crazy. So yeah, anyway, I have the carafe because I'm just hooked, and I would not recommend this fragrance to y'all because I know it's overpriced, but I happen to love it. And yeah, this was an immediate repurchase. So again, that is Vanilla Sex from Tom Ford. Next up is another Tom Ford, and I promise, yeah, this is the last Tom Ford. So this is Neroli Portofino. So this is a classic Tom Ford fragrance. This is it smells like the bottle looks. So it's giving summertime marine type vibe. So neroli is the main note in here. So you're kind of getting that bright, kind of sharp neroli scent, like a sea breeze type of smell to it. I find that this smells like a typical male summer aquatic fragrance, and it is pretty. I do enjoy this fragrance. However, I also have Mandarino di Amalfi from the same line from Tom Ford, and I find them to be kind of similar. And I like Mandarino di Amalfi much better than this one. And so I was ready to kind of use this little bottle up because it's nice for the summer, but I found that over time, it didn't really do it for me anymore. So I like it. It is a classic. I can respect I can respect the hustle of Neroli Portofino, but this is not a repurchase for me. Next is a decant. Now, I usually wouldn't include a decant, but I decided to save this one because even though I buy travel sprays sometimes, a lot of times I don't buy them because I end up not using them. So I decided that if I used up any travel sprays or decants that were at least 8 milliliters, preferably up to 10 milliliters, then I would share them with y'all. So nothing smaller than that, but 8 milliliters and up, which is like a typical travel spray size. I think 10 mLs is the typical travel spray size, and I believe this one is 10 mLs. But anyway, this is from Cirque du Soleil, and this is L'Eau de Parfum. I don't know why I'm showing you this because it's just a decant, but I found this on Mercari. I know some of y'all are gonna ask. I don't know if I can link the person. I don't know if they still have these, but I got this at maybe the beginning of the summer. And I love this fragrance. Long story short, I used up this decant, and I love it. It is a carnival type scent, so I'm getting like cotton candy, candied apple, a little bit of a popcorn note that's a little bit salty, a little bit buttery, but not too much. Everything is very well blended. Everything is kind of soft in this fragrance. So if you like a carnival type scent, but you don't want it to be too heavy or too cloying, I really would suggest that you try to get your nose on this. And it smells amazing. And I did purchase a bottle, and I feel like I've shared that bottle. I think I shared it in my last video actually. So yeah, you've heard me talk about this fragrance, and this was a repurchase. And then this last fragrance is from Xerjoff, and this is Dolce Amalfi. So this fragrance, if you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know I love this fragrance. It is so freaking good. So this fragrance is my juicy fruit gum fragrance. So the way it smells to me is like tropical fruits mixed with Christmas type spices. So I believe the fruit that is most prominent in this is quince. It has some other fruits in there too. I'm not quite sure what, like I really don't remember. Y'all know I don't be like checking for the notes like that. But quince is the main fruit in here, but to me it gives it this very kind of like sweet tropical fruity nature. And then throw in these Christmas type spices, so think like nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, like those dark heavy spices mixed with that sweet tropical fruit. It is so unique. It is so good. This is one that I feel like I could never get tired of because it's just so different. I have not smelled anything on the market that smells like this. And I had this 30 ml bottle. It lasted me a while because this is not one that I feel like I need to overspray. But y'all, I finally used it up and I definitely upgraded. Like this was no questions asked. I think I ordered my full-size bottle before I used this one up. Like when this one started like spraying kind of funny, I'm like, oh no. I ordered the full bottle, and yes, I had to have it. It was an immediate repurchase. So again, that is Dolce Amalfi from Xerjoff. So those were the fragrances that I used up this year, and I am like pretty proud of myself. Like I gotta pat myself on the back because generally, like I said, I don't use up fragrances. And this year, yes, I wanted to keep track of the fragrances that I used up. And I can say that I kind of had some intentionality about using up fragrances, but I am also one of those people that I'm not going to force myself to use a fragrance just to use it up, you know. But if I have fragrances with bigger dents in them, like, you know, like let me keep spraying this, okay? Especially if it's one that I knew I would probably be done with. Now the ones that I knew I would repurchase, I didn't really handle them that way, but I also did not save them because one of my problems is like, say with this fragrance, I felt like once it got down to here, I kind of didn't want to use it, which is stupid because obviously I can repurchase it. So I talked myself out of doing that. If I love a fragrance and I want to wear it, I don't care how much is in my bottle, I'm going to wear it. I don't care how much I paid for it, I am going to wear it because that's the reason I bought the fragrance, right? So I'm really proud of myself for using up this many bottles this year, and I plan on keeping track for next year as well. We'll see how many I use up next year. Maybe it'll be more, maybe not. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. If you tried any of these fragrances, let me know what you think of them. And if you used up a fragrance this year, let us know what it was and was it a repurchase for you. I think that would be fun to share in the comments down below. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you have that notification bell on, because lately I've been dipping in and out of YouTube. So turn your notification bell on so that you don't miss a video from me. Also, make sure you check out my description box. I will have links for all the fragrances that I mentioned in the description box below. I will also have links to my website and all my social media, so make sure you check me out on all the platforms. And I hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Happy New Year. See you next time. Bye.